Hello, Aries. My name is Jillian West, and if your sun, moon, or rising is in the sign of Aries, then this reading is for you. This is a collective love reading, so just take the messages that resonate. But if you would like a private reading, I do have those available right now. I'll post a link in the comments. And right now they are discounted. I am raising money for my daughter's ballet. So if you've been wanting a personal reading, now would be a great time to get one of those. Everything's 25% off. All right. Whoa. Okay. Whoa. Actually, do you see this? We're getting temperance and then justice in reverse. So these both have to do with balance. Um, Sorry, that was just the bottom. And then when I split it, that's an interesting message. So justice has been coming up a lot for you guys. It's this idea of somebody that maybe did you wrong, but now they're going to face their karma. It sometimes has to do with the legal system. They both have to do with balance and equality and what is like right. So that's really interesting to me that that keeps coming up. It sometimes has to do with law, but usually it's like, I kind of got chills there. It's like if there's two kinds of people who give and people who take. And it's if there's somebody who took a lot from you or somehow has done you wrong in some way, I'd be nervous for them. Wow. So we're getting this young energy here with the pages. You know, the pages are, it doesn't mean that they're necessarily younger. It's just that they have more of that young spirit, but sometimes at its detriment, it's a lack of maturity. When I see the Page of Pentacles in reverse, I sometimes see that as promises that weren't kept. And the Page of Wands is somebody who can kind of, let me think of a nice way to say this. I usually see this in cases where a man is thinking a lot about passion, intimacy, motivated by that. This is interesting. I feel like some of you may have had some kind of either glow up, that post breakup where you're looking really good, you're feeling really good. And it's almost like there's somebody here who may be bitter about that. This could have been somebody you envisioned a future with, a twin flame connection, somebody you thought it could go as far as marriage. It's almost like somebody didn't appreciate you fully in this past energy, and now they're seeing you in a way that makes them like realize what they lost. Yeah, they're just seeing this strength and this courage. There's this idea that you maybe had some kind of hardship, a loss, an ending, something that you were really strong through, and they're seeing that you are like that you have that strength, that inner strength, and they're starting to realize like that they fumbled. We're getting the Chariot in reverse, which the Chariot is action. This is somebody coming forward with a plan. This is and it's usually very successful. Somebody's holding back here for some reason. Yeah, there was some kind of past conflict here. It could have been an inner struggle, you know, fighting demons, but it also could have been with another person here. Yeah, we're getting aces, we're getting pentacles in reverse. An ace kind of has that same newness energy that a page would have. I almost feel like they see you now as an opportunity that slipped through their fingers. The word fumbling keeps coming up. I just keep thinking like they fumbled you. The Knight of Swords. Yeah, I mean, that's somebody who the knight has that, or not the knight, the King of Swords. So the King of Swords has that strength, that inner knowledge, that wisdom, that maturity. It's confidence, it's being careful with your words, and when you speak, it's important. Yeah. There is definitely this idea of somebody from the past or very current energy, possibly somebody that you were on and off with, who just feels stupid in a way. I mean, not that the Five of Pentacles has anything to do with the intellect. It's, but it kind of feels like they put themselves in a bad situation. This could have been somebody who thought that, like, oh, I can do better. I'm going to go out there and see what else is out there. And now they're like, oh, shoot, they're not having a lot of luck out there. Or the new relationship, excuse me, the new relationship that they're in might not be going as well as they had hoped. Yeah, there's this idea of taking down these walls and these barriers, and that's in your energy, this scarcity mindset and the things that you're hypercritical of yourself about. There's this shedding this, and there's this idea of accepting yourself. And the eights come right before the nines. So the eights, it's that work that we do to then become the best version of ourselves. That nines are the individual who are just really shining. There's this idea of regaining that knowing your value and knowing your worth. And I think that there's somebody here that kind of bothers them in a way. Yeah, somebody from your past isn't doing so great. Yeah, there's sun in reverse. There, and the Chariot, the plans that they made didn't pan out for them. Yeah, and so then now when I see the Page of Wands with the Ace of Pentacles, like, I hate to say it, but I feel like there was like a little bit of a promiscuity, not necessarily betrayal or cheating, but a little bit of a wandering eye here, and this idea that they thought that they like wanted to see what else was out there, and now they're struggling and they're realizing what they lost. Meanwhile, I'm seeing with you this wisdom, this inner growth, especially the King of Swords with the Star, that really to me is like, okay, like you're stepping into your power. All those insecurities you're losing, you're seeing your worth. You're no longer, you may have struggled with being a little too critical of yourself in the past. And now you're realizing your value. Ace of Swords. Yeah. They created instability in some way. Something about this ending, when I see pentacles, so many pentacles in reverse, sometimes that has to do with like financial issues, home, family instability around this loss. And yeah, there was some kind of conversation, there was some kind of shift. But in a way, this may have given you clarity. It could have been new information you found out. Let's see here. Yeah. For a season, you may have been really, and this is in current energy, so some of you may still be struggling, like staying up late, thinking about this person, reflecting on this, trying to make sense of it. But that clarity's coming in here because it's with the King of Swords, it's with the Sun. There is this healing, but they're showing up absolutely just devastated. I mean, we're getting the Five of Cups, the the Five of Pentacles, the Four of Wands in reverse, all in reverse. These are all cards having to do with realizing, what they lost here. There are some people who, after a breakup, they go through this phase where they're like completely unaffected. They act like everything's fine. They act so unbothered because they suppress their feelings. And then it all hits them like a ton of bricks, like 6 months later. And I feel like that's kind of what they're going through right now. Like it's hitting them like a brick, what they lost. Some of you might be thinking about traveling, moving, or just expanding. The Two of Wands has to do with just broadening your horizons. So that could be expansion in the areas of work, expansion, traveling to places you've never been, having a larger friend group. It can also just be like in your mind, like you may be feeling enlightened in some kind of way. Yeah. Sheesh. They're getting the Queen of Swords in reverse. So you're getting the King of Swords upright, and they're getting the Queen of Swords in reverse. They don't understand. They're confused about this situation. They have regrets. They're thinking back on this. They're not willing to communicate their feelings. I feel like there's also a lack of acceptance of their feelings. I feel like this is somebody who suppresses a lot. Whereas you're somebody who may really feel things and you really thought about this, you processed things. All right, that's this situation. I'm going to actually go ahead and clean sweep this and see what's coming more for the future, because otherwise I know I've done enough readings to know the cards are just going to linger on this. I think I have enough clarity on this past person to just now let's focus on the future and what's to come for you. I hate trying to shuffle this deck. The cards are really crunchy. I can't explain it any other way. All right. Ace of Wands, bottom. Yeah. Oh, interesting. We're getting a lot of repeat messages here. Ooh, Empress. Okay. There could be an apology at some point. Somebody might owe you an apology. There's also this idea of relaxing, acceptance. Four of Wands in reverse. Two of Cups. You know, this is another message that keeps coming up for you guys, is this idea of a Ten of Pentacles. There's somebody here who is attracted to you, thinking about you, wanting to come in romantically. But I feel like there's somebody who really wants to have their life in order first before they get into a relationship, wanting that stability, wanting that to offer you. I'm going to get this. Some of you, and this is just a specific message for some of you, there is a toxic feminine energy in this dynamic. They might be dating somebody. They might have mother wounds because the Empress is the mother. It could be a single mom who is just not very healed right now. And I don't mean that as an insult. I'm a single mom. I just mean like they're not wanting to sit in their feminine. I think that sometimes as single mothers, because we have to take on some time a paternal role, you know, we lose a little bit. We become emperors instead of empresses because we're now like the matriarch and the patriarch of our family sometimes. Not for everybody. But there's kind of this crossroads in this decision. And I do think that there's a feminine here who either could be really toxic or just needs time to heal from something. Page. Wow. Okay. Cliffhanger. Yeah, there is a daddy energy here too. And I don't mean necessarily like a father. I mean that in absolute like daddy energy. Possibly earth sign, but it could be you as well. It's like there is somebody here who does want a family, wants to be a leader of the household. It doesn't necessarily require having children. It could just be pets or whatever. But it's like somebody here, it's very important to them that there's this like structure and things are taken care of. Like they want to take care of you. And again, I don't mean to limit it to gender roles because there are plenty of women who can, you know, fall into either of these categories and men who can fall into these categories, men who have, you know, shut off that nurturing side of themselves or, you know, because they do have issues with their mother but there is this kind of masculine energy here who really wants to come in and be a provider, be that patriarch of a household and, you know, make everybody proud. Okay, let's see what this apology is about. Yeah, there could have been some kind of betrayal here. Yeah, or this ending. I do think it's this past person. It is past energy, even though I'm trying to focus on the future. They have regrets, and they might want to come express that. Lovers in reverse. Yeah, this ending may have come quickly, or it may have just been that energy, that a little bit chaotic energy. Yeah, and there's this idea of there's somebody here who's struggling with being hopeful for their future, and the cards are kind of telling you to stay optimistic. I do think we have a little bit of an overthinker here in this, you know, this very strong energy here. They're a little, yeah, like a little bit analytical maybe. Um, I feel like there's somebody in this dynamic, and it could be somebody new coming in or somebody you already know, who it's very important to them that there's like this stable home, that there's financial security. Yeah, I mean, it's like it's somebody who's not flashy with their money. It's somebody who like really wants to have a 401k and like a savings account and to be able to provide, you know. This is definitely somebody who like would have a good life insurance policy. Like, I don't know if the, you know, the energy. And so I kind of feel like then there's this other person, and it's hard to say if this was like the third party, or for some of you, it might be your current person's ex, or it could be something you're struggling with. There's this need to let somebody take care of you, learn how to accept that, or to just be excited that that is coming if you've been wanting that. There is somebody here who wants to come in and kind of take care of you in a way, make your life easier, be a provider. All right, let's see what other messages come up. And again, I don't mean to focus so much on gender or even like traditional, like, you know, again, these are all qualities men and women possess. Yeah, there's some kind of communication coming in, and we're in a Mercury retrograde, so it could be somebody from the past. It's compromise, forgive, and work it out. Yeah, and then we're getting the Liar card, and this card never comes up. I always think about that, like, because, you know, the oracles, I keep getting like repeat messages, and I always think about the cards that I never get, and this is one that I never see. So there is this warning of deception, and that Seven of Swords that came in early is another one about deception. Yeah, and then spies, somebody's already got their eye on you, doing their research. That does come up a lot for you guys. And that doing that research is this energy I'm getting here. And again, it could be a feminine energy of somebody who's just very practical, you know? I don't like sometimes I get like a energy off. I get personality insight, and it's just like it's a little bit funny to me because I'm so not practical like that. So it's like, but I can pick up there's somebody here who it's just, you know, I don't know. Like, I don't know how else to describe them other than it's Saturday. So I always mow the lawn on Saturday. You know, they would never go to bed with dishes in the sink kind of person. Okay, let's get this final message. Yeah, there's that security again. The Four of Pentacles, there's definitely somebody here who really values financial security, a stable home. They want to have everything right before they're willing to come into this relationship. I do think this liar has something to do with, I don't think it's them. I think it's more, there's like, could be a third party energy involved here. It could be this past person making empty promises. Sometimes it's also the lies we tell ourselves, because it did fall on the Seven of Cups in reverse, which is a little bit of like delusional. Like it's looking at things with rose-colored glasses, and it's being like a little, so maybe it's this invitation to be really honest with yourself. But I do think for some of you, there's this future relationship coming in with somebody who's very practical, very earth energy, even if they aren't a Capricorn, Taurus, or I can't think, Virgo. But they have those qualities to where, you know, they might be like a Capricorn rising or something. All right, guys, I hope this reading gave you clarity, and I will talk to you all soon.